All right, get ready, because today we're going deep, really deep into something we use every single day.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
It is, it is. We're talking about everyday English phrases.
Love it.
Those conversational, what are they, like building blocks?
Yeah, the building blocks of just talking.
Exactly. And we're going to break down an episode from Podcast Speak English Official.
Cool.
Yeah. And pull out those like super valuable, nuggets.
Nuggets, yeah.
Nuggets of knowledge, that will help all of us navigate those daily conversations like pros.
You know, what's so fascinating to me is that even for, even those of us who...
We think we're fluent, right?
Yeah, exactly. Who think, yeah, we got this whole English thing down.
Yeah.
We're revisiting these basics.
The fundamentals.
Yeah, the fundamentals can be really, really insightful.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know, like sharpening a knife.
Ooh.
You might use it every day.
Right.
But a good honing makes all the difference in the world.
I love that analogy. Yeah.
So we're not just like, talking about definitions here, right?
No.
We're going way beyond that.
Way beyond.
To figure out, the why behind these phrases.
Yeah, the why.
The psychology, right? The nuances.
The little things.
The impact they have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's start with greetings.
Okay.
The podcast highlights a bunch of the classics, like, hi, how are you? Good morning. How's your day going?
Yep.
And of course, the less formal, hey, what's up?
What's up? Yeah. But it's not, it's not just about picking the right greeting for the occasion.
Right.
What I'm thinking about is like the impact.
Yes.
The subtle impact these greetings have on the,
Oh, the interaction.
The interaction, yeah. It does a more formal greeting, set a different tone than a casual one.
Yeah, you're right on.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Good morning. How's your day going?
It carries a certain, warmth, energy.
Okay.
That a simple, hi, how are you, might lack.
Yeah.
It sets a more positive, engaging tone right from the beginning.
From the get-go.
Yeah, and that initial tone can totally ripple through the entire conversation.
Really? So even something as simple as a greeting can psychologically affect how everything unfolds.
Totally. And
wow.
And that's just greetings.
Wow.
Imagine the implications.
Yeah.
For more complex phrases.
Right.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
okay,
let's stick with this idea of tone.
Okay, tone, yeah.
The podcast also brings up small talk.
Oh yeah, small talk.
Things like it's a lovely day, isn't it?
Oh.
Or did you catch the game last night?
The game, right?
No, I'm sure you've heard the advice. That small talk is all about finding common ground.
Right.
But I think there's more to it.
I think so too. So what else is there? What's the the deeper level?
For me, it's about showing genuine interest.
Oh,
yeah. If you ask someone, how was your weekend?
Right.
But you're not really listening.
You're not present.
Yeah. Are you really connecting?
That's a good point.
It's like going through the motions without actually engaging with the other person.
Right. So it's not just the words themselves.
No.
It's the intention behind them.
The intention, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now let's shift gears a little bit.
Right.
And talk about when you need to ask for help.
Help, right.
The podcast gives us a few examples like, excuse me, could you help me with this?
Oh.
Or would you mind giving me a hand?
Yeah, pretty standard. I'm guessing though there's a strategy to using them effectively.
Yeah.
Is it really as simple as just being polite?
Politeness, I mean, it's definitely key.
Yeah.
But it's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Think about it. Think about it from the other person's perspective.
Okay.
If someone comes to you with a vague, can you help me?
Right.
It can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But if they say, would you mind showing me how to do this specific thing?
Right.
It shows that they've thought about your role.
Oh, okay.
And how you can help.
So being specific
yeah.
shows that you're not just dumping the problem on them.
Yeah.
You're asking for targeted assistance.
Which makes a lot of sense.
But there's another little subtle psychological trick here.
Okay.
It's showing appreciation before the help is given. Okay, now I'm really interested. Tell me more.
Just a simple, I'd really appreciate your help with this.
Right.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
It acknowledges that their effort is valuable.
Oh, okay.
Not something you're entitled to.
Right.
You're entitled to.
So it's like preemptively.
Preemptively, yeah.
Showing gratitude.
Yes. Yes.
To set a positive tone.
Exactly. And of course, you always want to be mindful of the other person's time.
Right, right.
Don't launch into a long explanation if they're clearly busy.
Of course.
A quick, do you have a moment to help me with something?
Right.
Shows respect.
Respect for their schedule.
For their schedule.
Yeah. That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Let's move on to polite requests.
Oh, yeah.
Those phrases that we use when we want something, but we don't want to sound,
demanding.
Demanding, right?
Right.
The podcast mentions, could you please pass me the salt? And would it be okay if I borrowed your pen?
Classic.
Yeah. I use these all the time, but I never really thought about
the why.
Yeah.
Why they work.
It all comes down to these little linguistic tools called modal verbs.
Okay.
Words like could, would, and may.
Right.
They soften the request,
okay,
making it sound less like a command and more like a polite inquiry.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
But how do modal verbs actually change the tone?
Think about it this way.
Okay.
Pass the salt implies that you expect the other person to comply.
Okay.
Right. But could you please pass the salt?
Okay.
Suggests that they have a choice.
Okay.
They could say no.
Right.
Which makes it more polite.
So even though we usually expect people to pass the salt, offering that choice,
the implicit choice makes a difference.
Interesting.
In how the request is perceived.
Perceived, exactly.
It's amazing how these small linguistic cues can have such a big impact.
Huge. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. What we're doing here is peeling back the layers of language.
Right.
To understand not just, what we're saying, but how we're saying it.
Right.
Because sometimes those unspoken nuances are the most powerful tools we have.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay, this is really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we're back and ready to jump back in.
Let's do it.
To these everyday phrases.
I'm excited.
Me too. Last time we were talking about, the power of modal verbs and polite requests. And I have to say, I'm starting to see these common phrases in a whole new light.
That's what I love about these deep dives, uncovering those layers.
The layer of meaning that we just kind of take for granted.
We don't even think about.
We don't even think about them. Yeah. And when it comes to modal verbs, their impact, it goes way beyond,
beyond just casual
conversations.
Oh, really? Like where else?
I mean, think about the workplace.
Oh, the workplace. Okay.
Yeah. Imagine you need to ask your boss for something.
Okay.
You wouldn't just say, give me the report by Friday.
Right. That's a little.
It's a little demanding. Demanding, maybe even a little disrespectful.
Yeah. Definitely not the best way.
No, not a good look
to approach the boss.
Not at all. But if you use a modal verb, and say, would it be possible to have that report by Friday?
Right.
It softens it.
It softens the request.
Yeah, and shows deference.
Deference
to their,
to their authority.
Authority, exactly.
So those little modal verbs,
they're powerful.
Can help you navigate workplace, like
power dynamics.
Power dynamics. Absolutely. That's a game changer.
They're all about implying choice and respect.
Okay.
Which is I mean, it's so crucial in professional settings.
Right.
You got to get your point across.
Yeah.
Without stepping on anyone's toes.
Yeah, okay. I'm adding master modal verbs to my to-do list.
Definitely.
So going back to casual interactions.
Okay.
We were talking about small talk earlier.
Small talk.
And I'm curious to explore that a bit more.
Let's do it.
Is there like a strategy to moving beyond like the surface level exchanges and really, really sparking a meaningful conversation?
You have to be present.
Okay, present.
And genuinely curious.
Okay.
Remember, small talk It's not just about, filling the silence.
Right.
It's about finding those threads that can lead to something more substantial. Yeah.
So it's like those opening lines are like stepping stones.
Stepping stones. I like that.
Not the end goal.
No, not the destination.
But how do you avoid those opening lines?
Yeah.
Sounding forced or insincere.
Right. How many times can you comment on the weather?
Exactly.
Right, before it gets old.
It's so repetitive.
The magic is in being observant.
Okay.
And finding something specific to comment on.
Okay, so like instead of like a generic
nice weather we're having.
Yeah, try something like the way the light's hitting those trees is beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, I see. So it's about finding those
unique details.
That show that you're really present and you're paying attention.
Paying attention, yes.
Not just like going through the motions.
Yeah.
Going through the motions, exactly.
Yeah, and once you've made that initial connection.
Yeah.
The real key is listening.
Listening, active listening. Asking engaging follow-up questions.
Oh, right.
People love to talk about themselves.
They do.
So if you show genuine interest, I mean, you'll be amazed at where the conversation goes.
It's funny because we're talking about language.
We are.
But it seems like the most important element is actually listening.
That's a really good point.
Right.
Language is just the tool. The real magic, it happens when we use it to connect with another person.
Another human. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's circle back to a topic we touched on earlier. Expressing gratitude.
Gratitude, yes.
We talked about, matching the level of gratitude to the situation, right?
Yeah.
But how do we know when a simple thanks isn't enough?
It's all about gauging the impact of the action.
Of the action?
So, I mean, if someone holds the door open for you,
right,
a thanks is perfect.
A thanks is good.
But let's say a colleague.
Okay, a colleague, yeah.
Stays late to help you finish a big project.
Yeah.
A thanks might feel a little
like insufficient. You'd want to express like a deeper appreciation. For something that really went above and beyond.
Above and beyond in those situations, phrases like "I'm so grateful for your help."
Okay.
Or even "You're a lifesaver."
Right.
They're much more effective. Yeah, at conveying that depth of gratitude.
But is there a risk of those phrases sounding over the top or insincere if you use them too much?
That's where discernment comes in.
Discernment.
You don't want to throw those phrases around casually. Save them.
Reserve them.
Yes, reserve them for situations where they really reflect
the impact.
So
it's all about finding that sweet spot between sincerity and impact. Exactly.
This is making me realize that expressing gratitude it's
nuanced.
It's nuanced. Yeah, it's more nuanced than I initially thought.
It really is. And speaking of nuance,
right.
let's dive into another category of phrases.
Okay.
Those little words and expressions we use to soften the blow. Of potentially negative statements.
Okay, I'm interested. What kind of phrases are we talking about?
Think about a situation where you have to give someone feedback.
Yeah.
Feedback?
That might be hard to hear.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't just blurt out "you're wrong," right?
No, that's harsh.
That's harsh, right?
So how do you deliver that kind of feedback?
Yeah.
Without sounding like
insensitive. That's where these softening phrases come in.
Oh,
instead of saying "you're wrong,"
right,
you might say, "I see your point, but I wonder if we could consider this other perspective."
Right, so it's like you're acknowledging their viewpoint before introducing an alternative.
Yes, yeah.
Which makes it feel less like a
direct attack.
An attack, And there's a bunch of phrases.
A whole range.
That can do this.
I understand what you're saying, however.
Okay.
While I appreciate your efforts, I think we need to...
These are great.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like really see how much these like subtle phrases shape
The tone.
The tone of a conversation.
The tone.
It's a dance.
A dance between honesty and diplomacy.
That's beautiful. It's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Between expressing yourself clearly,
right,
but also maintaining a respectful and considerate tone.
Yeah, I'm already feeling more confident.
Good.
About how to navigate those tricky conversational moments.
And we're just getting started.
We're not done.
We're not done. We've got more in our final segment.
Well, I can't wait.
We're gonna explore even more conversational gems.
Immense. Okay.
From handling disagreements
gracefully
to wrapping up conversations smoothly.
Oh, nice.
Stay tuned
for the grand finale.
The grand finale
of our deep dive.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive, and man, I'm still thinking about all those phrases.
Oh, me too. It's amazing how much we use these like every day.
Yeah, and I never really stopped to think about them.
Right, they're just there.
Yeah, but now I'm looking at them in a whole new way.
I know it's like suddenly seeing the Matrix.
The Matrix.
All those hidden codes.
Oh, right.
And how they're shaping our reality.
Or conversational reality.
Oh, exactly.
So what else do we have? What other gems?
Okay. So let's talk about those situations where you need to, disagree with someone.
Oh.
But you don't want to, start World War III.
Right. You don't want to start an argument.
No.
It can be tricky.
It can be tricky. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah, I've definitely been in those situations where I'm trying to get my point across, but not be confrontational.
I hear you.
It's hard.
There are phrases though that can help navigate those disagreements gracefully.
Okay, like what?
So instead of just saying I disagree,
right,
which can sound a little blunt,
a little harsh.
Yeah, you could try something like I see where you're coming from, but I'm not sure I entirely agree.
Okay, so you're acknowledging their perspective.
Acknowledging, yes.
But also living space for you to
express your own.
Express your own, yeah.
Exactly. And then you can follow up with an explanation of your viewpoint.
Right.
Using phrases like from my perspective or my understanding is.
Right. So you're presenting it as your perspective.
Yeah, as your perspective, exactly.
Not as the absolute truth.
Not the be all and end all. Yeah.
Which is good because I think sometimes when you're in those disagreements, you think you're right.
Oh, for sure.
And the other person's wrong.
We've all been there.
But really, it's just
different perspectives.
Different perspectives, yeah.
And remember, the goal, it isn't necessarily to change their mind.
Okay.
It's to have a respectful
exchange of ideas.
Of ideas, right? So you're finding common ground.
Common ground, yeah.
Even if you disagree. And sometimes that common ground is
agreeing to disagree. There are good ways to do that too.
Okay, how do you do that?
You could say, I respect your opinion even though I don't share it.
Right.
Or it seems we have different perspectives on this, but I appreciate you sharing yours with me.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're saying, okay, we don't see eye to eye on this.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I can still be friends.
We can still have a conversation.
Exactly.
And speaking of conversations, let's not forget about those closing phrases, knowing how to wrap things up smoothly.
So important. It's just as important as knowing how to start one.
Absolutely.
Because I've definitely had those awkward moments where I'm like, I'm just not sure how to gracefully exit.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
I don't know what to say.
I know it could be a little uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
But with a few good phrases,
yeah,
you can avoid those fumbles.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
If you need to leave,
right?
You could say, "It's been great chatting with you, but I need to run. Let's catch up again soon."
That's a classic, yeah. And it leaves the door open?
Leaves the door open, exactly.
For another conversation.
Another time.
Which is always nice.
Always good. Or if you want to signal that the conversation's,
winding down.
Yeah. You could try, well, I should probably let you get back to what you were doing.
Right.
Or just a simple, it's been a pleasure talking with you.
These are so helpful.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm already picturing myself using these in my daily life.
That's the point.
And feeling more confident.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? By understanding, these little nuances, we can communicate more effectively. We can build better relationships.
Right.
And we can navigate all those social situations.
Right.
With grace and ease.
Grace and ease. I love that.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
So, folks, that wraps up.
That's it.
Our deep dive. Into these everyday English phrases.
Everyday phrases, yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed it.
I hope so.
And remember, the key is to keep practicing.
Practicing, yes.
To experiment.
Experimenting, trying them out,
yeah.
In the real world.
The more you use them, the more natural they'll become.
The more natural, the more effortless.
Effortless.
They'll just flow.
They'll flow, yeah.
And who knows?
Yeah.
You might even find some new favorites along the way.
Ooh, I like that. Well, thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.